Todd, I think it's going to be interesting with Chuck Heisen to see what the entire offense will do now that Bernard Hall is down. It obviously has not slowed him down yet. The game's still very, very early in the game. But that is asking a lot out of Heisen and the entire offense to keep positive and to be able to continue to attack. Here's a guy that hasn't carried the football all season long. We're into the playoffs. His first carry is a touchdown mentally. Talk about Mike Black picking up a mental edge. Heisen just picked up one as well.
Well, it appears, at least early on with this St. Louis team, that they've got that win one for the Gipper attitude going. But, you know, they want to win one, get a game ball, and get it to Bernard Hall in the hospital. That seems to be the mindset of this team.
You know, when you have a big injury, it either goes against you or it can work for you. It can bring the team together, and as you mentioned, as of right now, early in this game, it looks like St. Louis has rallied around that injury. A lot of times you get a major injury like that, a threatening injury to a young man's career. Sometimes they get away from the game plan and the execution. It has not affected St. Louis here early in this game.
Well, 37 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So far, so good for the Stampede. This time the ball is played off the net by Jaycox, who has a big opening up the middle. If he can keep his feet, comes back to the outside, still on his feet, needs to wait for a block. Spins off, he's going to be tackled down at about the 11-yard line. Hiawatha Pfeiffer with the touchdown-saving tackle, but not until he gets down to the 11-yard line. Great blocking on the part of the special teams, something that John Gregory pointed out at the beginning.
Well, as Jaycox gets the ball off the net, and he gets some great blocking up front. Look at the hole he has to run through. Really is untouched at this point, and he's able to keep his balance. He has a low center of gravity, therefore he can make a cut like that right there. Once he gets to the outside, he's not done yet. He has some blocking, and he tries to cut back in front of those blocks. And as you mentioned, Hiawatha Pfeiffer has just enough to hold on to him, prevent Jaycox from taking that baby all the way back for a touchdown.
Got a delay in the game right now. John Gregory out talking with quarterback Kurt Warner. 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Evidently somebody's getting some equipment change. Well, that was Pfeiffer with the new chin strap.
Maybe that chin strap helped on that tackle. It looked like he used everything he could to slow down Jaycox.
As we mentioned, John Gregory, the head coach of the Iowa Barnstormers, you remember at the top of the show, discussed that special teams was crucial to the success that they would have against this team. And that's arguably the biggest special teams play thus far in the game. Great blocking on the part of the Barnstormers in the wedge. First and 10 for Iowa at the 11-yard line. Jaycox in motion right. Warner avoids the rush, but a flag goes down. He throws an interception. He throws it right into the hands of Rickson. He's going to go the distance. I believe the flag was holding, and so the touchdown is going to count. Kurt Warner was an absolutely atrocious throw. Right.
79 offense, penalty refused, touchdown.
Right between the 1 and the 7 for Mark Ricks.
Matt Eller is going to be the culprit as far as the holding. One thing you have to be careful of when you're scrambling back there and you're throwing against your body. That's a lot of jerseys to throw back against. And number 17 is just waiting there, Mark Ricks, and dances little Dion down the sideline. Look at Dave. Dave Ewers, the head coach. The 27-year-old, the youngest coach in the league, is sprinting right there with him.
You heard the horn at the end of the quarter, and you heard the official say 1 time down here, so they will kick the extra point here at this end of the field. Wheelahan on to tack on the 21st point. And he does. And so a big surprise here in the first quarter. The #1 seed Iowa is down by 11 points, courtesy of that man, Ricks, who goes all the way, trailed by his head coach. Exciting turn of events for the St. Louis Stampede as they lead 21-10 after the first stanza. Back to the barn, one of the stranger first stanzas that we have had in arena football this season. as the kick by Wheelahan goes into the middle of the net, and Jaycox makes the catch. This time he is tackled down at the 7-yard line by Michael Baker. NFL preseason, the Oakland Raiders versus the Atlanta Falcons, Thursday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Tim Brown, the go-to guy for the Raiders, here at the passing attack, and Cornelius Bennett, free agent acquisition from Buffalo, hopes to shore up the defense for Atlanta. And, of course, look for Jeff George, the quarterback who has been holding out there. Thursday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific.
Very important here for Iowa. They're down 21-10 at home. They got to regroup here and get ready to get things going here.
Gets the ball out to Jaycox, who gets just across the 15-yard line. Interesting, too, with regards to the confidence of Kurt Warner. There's a situation where the guy just had a terrible throw. How does he bounce back?
Well, you really have to erase it from your memory. You cannot dwell on any play. And I think whether you're being successful or anything's going against you, you cannot dwell on what's happened in the past. You got to continue to look forward to the remainder of the game.
Did you ever throw an interception where they ran it back all the way like 50
Never.
yards?
No, I wouldn't let that happen.
Oh, that's right. You were at Ohio State during the 3 yards of the cloud of dust era. Second down, Jaycox in motion left. Warner having to scramble around again. Throws across his body to Jaycox. He's able to swirl around, make the catch, and get in for the touchdown. The defensive man with his back turned is at the mercy of the quarterback. In this case, it was Hiawatha Pfeiffer. The flag goes down against him. Jaycox makes the adjustment, gets it in for 6.
Defensive pass interference, number 18, penalty received, touchdown.
The kind of offense you see out of Iowa, you're going to make some big plays, and you're going to have some things go against you, as we've seen with the interception. Now, with Warner's scrambling ability, Jaycox, they almost realize and recognize that scrambling ability, and he reacts to it, finds basically man-to-man coverage, and it's backyard football. You got to get open when your quarterback's scrambling around back there. And Pfeiffer could not stay with Jaycox. Warner put it where he had to.
Interesting point that you made with regards to the interception, and now both touchdown passes. 3 times now the quarterback has thrown across his body. 2 times it's been successful. 21-17 when we come back.
Just state fair in the country. I happened to drive by it last night on my way to getting something to eat. I didn't get any cotton candy, but
that was amazing. Boy, I mean, the thing is absolutely huge. It must cover like 10 acres.
Biggest in the country, right?
Yep. I would have thought
a lot of rides.
I would have thought coming in here, you know, ESPN would arrange for some passes for us.
I know.
Oh,
we should be out there.
All right. Clock kick. Down the middle, Baker with a tremendous catch, enabling him to make the return, and he might have regretted that.
Big Gary Howe. We talked about him earlier, covering kicks. And he is a mere 6'1", 295 pounds.
Oh, 295. His thighs are 295.
I'm being good. I'm being good. 2 plays, 42 yards in a big play to Willis Jaycox, 34 yards. We mentioned the scrambling of Kurt Warner. He and Willis Jaycox are kind of on the same page when that scrambling begins. And so far, it's worked twice and downfall once.
Baker in motion right. Kaleo gets rid of the ball. Is that a fumble? Or the flag goes down. He is going to call intentional grounding. Kaleo scrambles out, and it appeared that he was trying to get the ball forward as a pass.
They have intentional grounding on the offense. By rule, we'll go back to the previous spot, half the distance to the goal, loss of down, second down.
So for those of you that are the uninitiated, that is the rule inherent in arena football, as opposed to the rule where you see it in both the NFL and in college, where if it's in the end zone, it's an automatic safety. They do lose the down and they lose some yards.
Outdoor football, that's a safety, and they pick up some points and they get the ball back. And as you said here, the rule is simply to take it back. They're inside their 3-yard line.
So really a heads-up play on the part of Kaleo.
Yeah,
lost it down.
outstanding play.
Big deal. 2nd and 13. Baker in motion right, slows down, trying to get him. Offside penalty. Post pattern, what a throw right on money by Kaleo to Kerry Hayes. Waylon Harding in coverage, but the ball couldn't have been thrown any better than that.
Kerry Hayes makes a great move here. He is isolated off to the right. Kaleo's sitting back. Good protection, although Howe just gets to him. Ball is perfectly thrown as Waylon Harding is lucky enough to catch up to Hayes because, as we said, that ball's thrown on the money.
Rocket, 25 on 2, ready?
Trips Rocket 25 on 2. Darrell Hammond in motion, 2 back into the 5-hole. But Andy Chilcott says not in my direction.
Their offense will change without Bernard Hall in there as far as running that football. There's a big difference between Hammond coming in motion and getting the handoff. And if you think he's a big guy at 6'3", 220, but Bernard Hall at 6'1", 245, it's a little different.
Different body types.
A little bit, yeah.
They're going to go with the 5. Hammond in motion right. Kaleo tries to get the ball out to him and does, but Hammond didn't turn around quick enough. It's a timing route. He's got to look quick. Kaleo did what he needed to do. Hammond didn't get around.
Hammond has got to turn the head around quickly. Anytime it's a quick 3-step drop, the quarterback is taught to just put the ball, quick 1, 2, 3, drop, throw it. And as he throws it, he leads Hammond perfectly. And I think the ball jumped up on Darrell Hammond there, and he wasn't quite ready for it. He did not have his head around. Perfectly thrown football there by John Kaleo.
One of the best parts of the offense for the St. Louis Stampede is their 3rd down conversion. Baker in motion right on 3rd and goal. Kaleo with the up route, throws it. Does a great job of double pumping and bringing the ball back for a second chance for Kerry Hayes, but he cannot come up with it. I thought that was a catchable ball.
Well, there's a little pump fake there by John Kaleo, and football could have very easily been caught. I think Waylon Harding may have gotten away with a little push off there. He very obvious, excited on the fact that they stopped him, but I think Hayes had his hands on the football.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that Harding disrupted the timing of it, but certainly if you're a receiver, you have to adjust to that, the spontaneity of it. The quarterback did. In Kaleo's case, he brought it back, put it in a position where only Hayes could have caught it, but he couldn't do it. So Wheelahan now on for the short field goal. This will be about a 21-yard attempt. And it's good. But a flag is down. Take a look and see what it is. There's going to be some illegal defense against. Very surprising here on a field goal that this would occur. You can see a lot of the Iowa players
We have
are
an
beefing.
illegal defensive rush, number 78. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Oh, my God.
Really costly. Matthew Steeple is the one they're going to catch with it. And what I don't understand is what difference does it make? You've already succeeded by forcing them to kick the field goal. Spencer pushes Steeple in the back, and he's out to the outside. But you've got to figure in that situation, hey, come on, don't even bother with that. Let him kick the field goal. Bad mistake by Iowa. On the run, Chuck Heifetz tries to get it in. He evidently is just a little bit short. This crowd didn't like that call, but of more significance is the fact is why bother? There's a situation.
Unbelievable. That's going to be a play that Iowa will look back at and really kick themselves. Matthew Steeple really should know better than that, and Sean Gregory cannot be happy with that, not only the call, but obviously with his player. Now St. Louis inside the 1-yard line. 3 more shots to punch it in here.
Gives the ball to Heifetz, who jumps up, and he is stopped. And the man pulling him down is the man guilty of the infraction, Matthew Steeple.
Steeple just trying to get in there, use his big body to slow him down. Andy Chilcote, the fullback linebacker, gets in, and you can see 78 Steeple pulling him back to stop him.
I say this is 4-down territory. I say
Definitely.
you bunch it in regardless.
Definitely.
3rd and short. Here comes the option by Kaleo. Does he get it in? The official appeared to go incomplete, trying to signify that he did not the goal line, and so they are going to come up fourth down.
I think that's the case. The official didn't mean to call an incomplete pass. I merely think, I think the official is thinking out loud. He comes to the outside, reaches out. Did the ball break the plane? I think that's a good call. The official signaling no good, wide right. But again, I think he was thinking out loud. There's obviously no incomplete pass there.
Fourth and goal. The ball goes to Hypen, and he goes to the weak side of the field. Good call. Good call on the part of St. Louis, going away from their strength. And they take the sting out of this crowd. Hypen in for the score.
Big score for St. Louis. I agree with you. Great call there. You go away from go back into the boundary, into the tight formation. You pick up a nice block there by Papasadero. Once you get to the outside, and boy, this young man, Chuck Hypen, only a couple carries, 2 touchdowns on the night, is really picking up the slack for Bernard Hall.
Wheelahan's conversion is good. And once again, the crowd not very happy with what they have seen. And, of course, neither is John Gregory as a result of that penalty. The Stampede are up by 11.
With today's technology,
He has 2 touchdowns.
Really known as a MAC linebacker. He does a good job on defense tonight, getting a chance to show what he can do on the other side of the ball.
Wheelahan's kick is short and out of bounds. A flag goes down. Trying their best to keep the ball away from Jacob.
Procedure on the kicking team. Kick out of bounds. By rule, the ball is put on the 20-yard line. First down.
Major League Baseball Wednesday night, a doubleheader coming your way. The Los Angeles Dodgers will be taking on the St. Louis Cardinals at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Mike Piazza, of course, the big star for the Dodgers, and the Cardinals, as surprise leaders of the Central Division. And then following that game, the Kansas City Royals playing some very good baseball lately against Seattle Mariners with Junior and Rodriguez. Murray in motion right. Warner back to throw. Gets the ball out in the flat. Catch is made rather by Cooper. Take a look at the first 4 possessions for Iowa. And you can see that one in particular. Don't forget that interception, of course, is a 14-point turnaround after the big Jaycox return. You would have thought, hey, they're going to walk into the end zone. Instead, it goes the other direction. Hence the reason why Iowa's down 11. Second and very short. Cooper in motion left. They get the ball to Murray underneath, who can't break the tackle of Hayes, but he does get the first down inside the 15-yard line.
St. Louis playing conservatively defensively at this point. They're just doing a good job of keeping everything in front of them, because what Iowa can do to you is they can kind of lull you to sleep because of the ability of Jaycox and because of the ability of Kurt Warner to improvise and make things happen. Defensively, you have to be very, very careful of that young man right there, Willis Jaycox.
Before Willis Jaycox, you saw Dave Ewart very animated, and of course at age 27, youngest coach in arena football. He's got plenty of energy. First and 10 of the 13. Jaycox in motion on the corner out to get the ball to Murray underneath. Tries to make a shake move, but he's pushed out of bounds. And once again, as always happens, when they collide with the barrier, everybody's got to talk smack. Not talking smack now will be Coach John Gregory.
Here we go. Going to go left. 45 power. On set. Ready? Nothing.
Going to give Ron Moran a chance to show what he can do here.
Go!
Jaycox in motion left. Get Jaycox the ball, but he slips down. And Patrick Meyer makes sure he stays there.
Here we go. Get in there. We're going to go quick left, X motion. 80, 341 on two. Ready?
Crucial third down here for Iowa. They need to score here.
St. Louis bringing their coverage up.
Warner steps back, wide open is Jaycox. Touchdown. The rapport that Warner and Jaycox has, as you pointed out, is just impeccable. It's that, I don't want to say ESP, but it's that sixth sense that they have one with another.
Well, when you work with a receiver time after time, in particular in games, you really start to pick up a good feel for one another. Pfeiffer there is beaten again by Jaycox. Jaycox gave him a little inside move, and it freed him to the outside. You can't isolate Willis Jaycox down inside that area.
Black on for the conversion. Big push up the middle, but he's able to get it over the bodies and bring his team to within 4. Well, Willis Jaycox is showing his wares, but nonetheless, St. Louis maintains a 28-24 advantage.
Iowa going 5 plays, eating over 3 minutes, and again, Willis Jaycox, his second touchdown on the night.
7 catches for 85 yards already.
You think St. Louis possibly going to a special coverage, maybe in the second half to slow down Willis Jaycox, maybe make Leonard Conley or Chris Spencer beat him.
Black's kick played off the right net by Baker with the clean catch, has some momentum and has an opening. He stumbles out across the 16-yard line, ducking under the tackle of Harding. Good field position for St. Louis. NASCAR circuit coming up. It's the GM Goodrich Dealer 400 Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. Defending champion Terry Labonte, and this is going to go a long way towards the Winston Point Cup standings. Dale Earnhardt showing a lot of courage with his broken clavicle, going to drive anyway. Baker in motion right. Kaleo gets him the ball as he squats down just across the 20-yard line. A name we haven't called much tonight.
Carlos James, nice job coming up. Now, St. Louis, their first 4 possessions, they have done a great job. First 2, a touchdown. Now the interception by Kaleo. Then they bounce back with that touchdown. And right now you're sensing the way this game is going back and forth, typical of an arena game, that St. Louis really needs a score here to continue to have to regain the momentum.
2nd and 5. Baker in motion left. Kaleo with the deep route. A miscommunication, and flags are going all over the place. Evidently, they're going to catch Carlos James holding Michael Baker.
Have an illegal check. Defense, number 5. 3-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
James is not questioning the call whatsoever. You'll see it at the bottom of your screen. Kaleo drops back. He puts the ball there, right there, the right arm pushing on Michael Baker, and Carlos James, he did not even question the call whatsoever.
Well, as you say, James didn't have a beef with it, but then again, he was with him stride for stride, and so the need to make that whack, I thought, really was unnecessary. But it's easy to sit up here and say that. It's another thing when you're going stride for stride with a 4-5 sprinter. Barber in motion left on first down. Kaleo gets the ball underneath the Hayes, who pays the price. Lamar Cooper with a big hit after the 5-yard catch.
Iowa's keeping their cornerbacks up tight. We've seen James up tight, Ryan Murray, also Lamar Cooper here coming up, really reacting to the quick 3-step drop. Lamar Cooper, the thing he did really nice was he just came up, made a good solid hit, and the receiver was lucky to hold on to the football.
But what he didn't do that was so nice was collide with him the way he did. That wasn't nice at all. 2nd and 5 for Kaleo. The screen pass to Cofer is tipped. Once again, Steve Houghton with his second batted pass, and this is a big one.
He bats it down. He goes over to Kaleo as to say, hey, you know, I'm going to get a couple myself.
So good. Left rocket, 3, 37. All 3, right?
Yeah. You can see there, he goes over and he looks at Dave Ewert and he takes the chart. He makes the call. That's something you don't see very often.
And Terrence Barber going in motion and stopping gets exactly what they wanted, which was the offside. In this case, it is Houghton, who had just made a great play for the Barnstormers, now makes a bad one.
Offside, 53 defense, 3 yards. Repeat, third down.
What happens, I think, Kirk, is you get in the rhythm of the receivers. The receiver's rhythm is your rhythm, and so out of your peripheral vision, when you see them coming in motion, that means it's time for you to move.
Hey, hold on.
And as a nose guard, you really have to look down at their football. Forget the cadence, forget the wide receivers, just watch that football.
Well, the clock is out now with the 1-minute warning, and now in the last minute, that means that incompletions, out of bounds, and first downs will all stop the clock vis-a-vis college football. And here's the thing that you pointed out. He gets a chance to take a look and make his own decisions.
Here's first down. Left, 30. Oh, quick, right?
Typical quarterback gets them on the long cadence. Now they're going to go on the first down.
Kaleo gets the ball to Baker underneath, and that's the O route. All three of them on hitches. He picks the one that he wants. In this case, it's his big man, Michael Baker.
Michael Baker just sitting along the wall, picking up the first down. Surprised with the Iowa coverage there, but now they feel pretty good. The fact that as Baker makes the catch, they get him inside the 10-yard line, and this is where Iowa defensively really tends to step it up.
First and goal just inside the 8. Kaleo with the 0 route, but it's picked off. It's picked off. It appears from our vantage point that Baker had it, and then it popped out, and Cooper, whether serendipity or luck or whatever, his concentration, he was able to hold on to the ball.
Well, we mentioned a couple plays ago that they're doing a good job of keeping the corners up tight because of the three-step drop, and here Lamont Cooper dives up to make the contact with Michael Baker and ends up coming up with a football.
Classic case of what you need to tell receivers, which is what? Come back to the football. He faded on the ball, and that enabled Cooper to come in and make the pick. Turn of events for the Barnstormers. And there's Cooper in motion. The ball goes out on the flat to Murray. Cuts back against the middle. He's going to be tackled down at the 7-yard line. You heard the quarterback, you heard Warner go over to Gregory and say, do you want timeout? And he said yes. And so they stopped the clock with 38.5 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's give him a chance to come over and talk it over, but the momentum clearly has shifted the Iowa side as a result of the interception by Cooper. Let's listen to what Kurt Warner has to say in the huddle.
Here we go. We're going to go on 2. We're going to go right F motion. 90 F option. On 2. Ready?
Giving the option route. We'll see if Ryan Murray can work himself open. Straight man-to-man coverage from St. Louis.
Murray cuts across, but coming over to make the pick is Hiawatha Pfeiffer. He read that from the get-go, fell right off of Jaycox to cut in front of Murray. Great piece of defense on the part of Pfeiffer, immediately seeing that Jaycox is not running his route hard. He fakes back and makes the pick, and John Gregory's not happy.
I mentioned the man-to-man coverage. Pfeiffer came off of it initially. Once he saw Jaycox, it was not the primary, and Kurt Warner's looking right at Murray the whole time, and he thinks he's got him, and out of nowhere, number 18, Pfeiffer comes off of Willis Jaycox and makes the interception. At this point, enough of the dancing. They're down to 26 seconds. He's got to get down and try and save as much time as he can.
For you young receivers at home, this is a lesson to you to run your routes hard, because when you loaf, that affords the defender to get a chance to look in the backfield, take a chance. That's what Pfeiffer did. Big turnover. Cleo with the pump fake has Hammond wide open, but overthrows him. Had him on the slant and up. Great pump fake. Fooled the defender, but he couldn't get the ball to him.
Kaleo is saying my bad to himself. He comes off the pump fake, quick fake, resets his feet, puts the ball, just overthrown.